welcome to RazorPop. We have in our living room JC Sum and Magic Babe Ning, the two highest paid magicians in Singapore. Woo! And you can't get any higher than that.
Yeah.
Yep. And accolades, well, JC Sum, he was the man, if you remember him, the man who scaled, I won't say scaled, who magicked himself.
Teleported.
Teleported himself up OUB Center, okay, in 5 seconds.
50 stories in 5 seconds.
And Ning, she just recently also performed with JC at the Singapore River. 2.5 seconds. Teleportation as well, across the Singapore River.
Yeah, but it wasn't us because there was 3 shoppers from Central, which is the mall across the Singapore River, and so it was random shoppers and non-magic food, which we call muggles, and they teleported from Central across the Singapore River to Reed Bridge, where there was a destination platform in just 2.5 seconds flat.
Okay, we'll be showing it to you in a while.
We'll see more of that.
So, how did the partnership begin? That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been doing magic longer than her, obviously. And along the way, I've been doing I started out with what we call close-up magic, or what is known as street magic now. And that's card tricks, that's magic with coins, money, you borrow things. I did what we call table hopping professionally. This was when I was still in school. And basically, a table hopper is at a restaurant. So while patrons wait for their food, we would come along and perform table-to-table magic. It's called close-up magic or table-to-table restaurant magic. Yeah. So that's what I did. Then I developed stage shows and went on to illusion shows and grand illusion shows. So I did this for more than a decade, I guess, and that's really my bread and butter. And then I met her in 2006. Actually, I think it was when we were filming one of my street magic TV shows.
Yeah, it was for MediaCorp Channel 8. It was called 欢乐天风 Top Fun. So I was somewhere in the audience, just looking at him doing his stuff. And so he had this cup of coffee that some guy from the street was holding. And what he did was amazing. He just closed it. And when he opened it up, there was no more coffee.
Wow.
And inside was a white hamster that just scurried out. So me and my whole bunch of girlfriends were just screaming because, it was just so amazing. Yeah. So, of course, I'm also shy. I didn't dare to come up to him and say, hey, Mr. JC Sung, I heard so much about you. And I didn't want to be a fangirl. So, I just kind of went away. But I guess it was another event that we met. Yeah, there was a day where I actually entered this magic competition. So I was the only girl there, and he heard about it because how many girls are in magic anyway? Yeah. So that's when he approached me, and we started talking. And he invited me down to the Concept Magic Studio, which he owns, and the rest is history.
So you are now the only professional female magician in Singapore.
That's right. That's right.
And obviously the prettiest ever.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Definitely. Unfortunately, no guys can match up to her.
Yes.
Everybody, well, I mean, a lot of guys have been talking about you, and everybody wants to know, who are you seeing? Are you dating anyone?
Well, that's for me to know and you to not find out, because it's like the magician code. If I tell you, I have to kill you. So.
Okay, but you're single? Is that right? Okay, she's single, guy.
I'm single and I'm happy, so...
So it depends who you want to date. It's either Magic Babe or Ning. You have to choose one.
You have to choose one.
You have to choose one, yeah.
I understand Magic Babe was a nickname that your ex-boyfriend came up with.
That's right, actually.
So what magical things do you perform on him?
Well...
Secret acts which cannot be disclosed.
See, this magician's bag. Where
things with your hands that...
We have rope.
Rope.
We have handcuffs.
And steel spikes.
That was a very lucky guy. I bet he cried like buckets when you dumped him. I'm guessing.
No comment.
Okay, now we're going to be watching a feat or an act that you performed recently.
That's
where
right.
you escaped from an impalement cage. Let's watch this VT.
To both sides of the cage using 3-inch master locks.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in a while you'll be witnessing Southeast Asia's first ever mega escape, the impalement cage. Start the countdown.
god, that was scary. Like, and when the thing crashed,
I know.
Just in time, you just got out
just in time.
We were all worried.
Well, 90 seconds isn't a lot of time, so it was really about mental concentration too at the end of the day, and not just a physical feat.
So are you telling us that if you did not escape, that thing you would have allowed the thing to crash on her and kill?
Well, actually, once
Was
the
there-
timer starts, there's no fail-safe. Our last
There's no
fail-safe
fail-safe.
is removed just before the timer comes out.
So what I'm trying to say is that if I didn't make it, I wouldn't be here doing an interview today
Yeah.
with Razor TV.
You loved it, didn't you?
Every bit of it.
And I think you look better doing it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Flipping your hair after you escaped from dying, you flipped your hair like
commercial
she had time to do that.
You cannot deny me my Charlie Angels moment here.
Yeah. In one smooth movement, she did it. Yeah. But the thing is, how long did you take to practice for this? How did you even practice, you know?
It was really months, in our studio. So we have a magic studio. We can't tell you the location. So somewhere in Singapore, we have this magic studio. And, so what happened was that we will simulate it. Yeah, because, it'd be really different on the day itself with like thousands of people surrounding you and the lights and everything. So what I could do was just really to train my speed and the mental concentration required to make sure that it was executed flawlessly.
It was progressive as well. It starts off with just practicing the lock picking of the locks. Then it goes to the actual sequence, and then with the blindfold. So it's really built up to it.
Now, JC, you recently performed a very extraordinary feat. You teleported 3 people, 3 ordinary folks, across the Singapore River to another place which was, how far away was it?
Well, this is Reed Bridge, and it was not just me, honestly. It was a 2-person
Yeah, of
effort.
course.
I think that's the thing about this particular illusion. It needed 2 people to do simply because of the scale. So I was responsible for really making them vanish. Ning, who was at the Reed Bridge about 250 meters away, was responsible for bringing them back safely in one piece.
And not like one hand or something, so...
So I think that just happened, and it was the biggest magic event ever in Southeast Asia in terms of the scale of the performance. Now, this is also the world's first teleportation over a natural body of water. So this happened at the front of Central. You know, they got a beautiful river promenade. We had 3 of their lucky shoppers be the participants for this impossible journey.
And we have the images for it, so let's watch that.
Check it out.